Okay, we're gonna do a really cool eyebrow hack, and this is all you're going to need. An eyeshadow that matches up pretty well between both your hair and your eyebrow color, but you might have to like experiment a little bit with that. An eyeshadow brush, whether it's like super fluffy or if it has to be dense, whatever you have. And then something, whether it's an angled brush or flat brush, it can be a Q-tip, anything that's gonna cut out the shape of your brows. And I prefer to use some micellar water. So let's get started. We're gonna do both eyebrows a little bit different so that if you only have a fluffy brush, you'll see what that looks like. And if you only have a denser brush, you'll see what that looks like. So just take your eyeshadow. Again, you might have to experiment with the color. I always say when I do videos like this, please do not go walk out of your house if you're trying something new and you haven't quite perfected it yet. I really don't love those comments that, wow, I looked crazy. Well, I did not tell you to go walk outside. All right, so yeah, let's get a little crazy and go ahead. So these are gonna have two different effects. This side with the fluffier brush is going to be a lot softer, not as finished or polished look. So a more natural brow. And then obviously this one is going to be a lot more shaded in. Okay, so you really should look this crazy, okay? All right, now this is where you use your Q-tip or your flat brush, and then you're just going to grab a little micellar water. I'm just going to like, boop, that's it. Let's see if that's enough. Yeah, it's pretty wet. I don't know if you can see. So I just kind of wrung it out. I'm going to take a little more away. Perfect. Now I'm just going to fix my phone. We're going to zoom in a little bit more. Okay. And then this is where you're going to literally cut it out. So you might have to watch some of my other eyebrow videos to understand what your shape should look like. But if you can see, this is already, I need a little bit more micellar water, so I'm going to do that again. Oh my gosh, I got it all over myself. So you might have to understand how to actually map out the brows to have success with this. But we'll get you there. All right, let's speed this up a little bit. Okay, so I actually decided to switch to an angled brush. I'm getting a little more control, and I wanted my spoolie anyway. Let's zoom out a little bit. Wait, like, isn't that crazy? I know it's not the perfect shape. It's so hard to do my brows in my phone. But that is gorgeous. Now let's do the other side. Remember how I said this side is going to be a little more soft and polished? And don't be afraid to get in there and use your hands too. You can always wash them again, but we should be starting with clean hands no matter what, okay? You can use a cotton round. Q-tips would be like obviously cleaner overall, but look at this. Okay, let's brush through a little bit. Wow. Okay, so which brow do you prefer? Do you like the more voluminous, finished, polished brow, or do you like the more natural brow? Now, for me, I feel like this sort of matches just more naturally. Obviously, I have no more makeup on my face, but I think if I had a full face, I would totally go for that brow. Isn't it crazy what an eyeshadow brush can do for your brows? Next time, I'm going to experiment with actual Q-tips.